Hello, beautiful souls. I am super excited to do a Friday afternoon elemental reading for you. In just a moment, I'm going to share my screen in case you have not checked out the post that I did today that said, pick a card, any card. Just going to pull this up on my phone so I can see any comments that come. Awesome. If you are here with me live, just can you type something in so I can make sure my comments are working, because Facebook has been a little bit interesting with respect to that. So I am super excited to be sharing something a little bit new, but I mean, it feels so perfect and so divine to give you a reading for the weekend. I feel like this might be the start of not necessarily an every week tradition, but I'll definitely be sharing more of this with you. Awesome. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome. So for anyone who did not see my post on Facebook with the 5 possibilities, what I shared was one oracle card from each element, and you got to pick a number 1 through 5, and then I shared what that personal element was for you. Now, I'm actually going to share my screen here so you can get in the vibes yourself. If you did not see this before, this is the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle. If you've posted, you already know your number. But if you feel like there's another card that is for you, go ahead and pick that card out as well, because you can have more than one message. In fact, there might be many messages that'll come through for you in this reading. So let me know when you're watching live or in the replay what number you are choosing for yourself today. What are you drawn to? Which one feels like it's like glowing? Or if you're like, none of them are glowing, just pick a number randomly off of the screen, and that is going to be exactly the one you need. So, hey, picking these numbers does not have to be hard. Don't make a big deal out of it. If you already have it, amazing. So here's what we're going to do. Type in the number that is calling you if you haven't already picked it. And as you're doing that, as you're typing it in, also feel free to share this out if you feel like there's somebody that's going to need this message for the weekend as well. It should be public. And I'm going to invite you just to take one breath with me. So we tap in and tune in here. Beautiful. So here is the reveal, and then I'm going to go through and give the message to each card as we go. So we have a few people who are sharing their numbers. That's beautiful. This is the spread that came through. And everybody's going to be pulling through something unique for them with this. So I'm going to go through each message and share a little bit about what is coming through. So if you are somebody who picked, let's see, what should I speak about first? I'm not going to go in order. We have people that are saying they are drawn to number 3. The others are not even on their radar. Some other people have picked 3 and 5, 4 and 3, right? You can make combos. So let's start with 3. The element of fire is the action realm, and this action realm for you right now, right here, is all about growth. On every level, in every facet. We are all at this, I'm going to go so far as to say, a critical juncture. Humanity, citizens of Earth, conscious beings are really at this precipice, and they're emerging from this cocoon that they've been in, and they're activating a huge amount of new energy. They're finding that within them, and they're experiencing what I will call, in many cases, growing pains. So I want to address this. Growth, it's not always easy. It's not always pretty. It's not always organized, neat, like none of those things. It is messy, it is painful and annoying and exhausting at times. So if you were drawn to the fire card, number 3, this is the top of your frequency list right now. And you need to know that growth is not linear, but it is happening. If it feels like you're stuck, like you're at a standstill, or even more prevalently with who's tuning in right now, if you're in overwhelm, it's because you are growing right now at a pace that is so difficult to keep up with. You are very much like a kid who is like learning how to run before they walk, right? And it just feels like everything is coming at you because you're going so fast and there's so much. You're gonna support yourself by slowing things down internally, okay? As you go through this process of growth, of new levels of expansion, finding new interests, finding that what you thought was the thing and you'd already arrived wasn't actually the thing. It was just going to bebop you over in this direction. A lot of people are pivoting and being catapulted into new areas right now. You're going to slow it down by breathing, coming into your body. You cannot keep up the frenetic pace if you do not slow down your breath, focus your thoughts, align yourself with the earth, your highest self, and find that vertical alignment path between the earth and the cosmos, okay? If you're feeling off kilter a little bit or a lot, then as you grow and expand, you're gonna like topple over, okay, if you're out of alignment. So keys for you are going to be to anchor into the earth, connect with source, with your highest self, with whatever feels really like straight above you, like your North Star, and connect into that through the heart space and breathe to slow it down. As you grow, you're going to need to pull through some of these other frequencies that are coming up next, okay? So the next one I'm going to talk about is number 1. If you were resonating with number 1, and by the way, if you're just joining us right now and you hadn't already pulled a card, pick a number that jumps out for you, but the whole thing is going to have messages for you for this weekend, okay? But there's one prevalent frequency. So gratitude, if you picked card number 1, that is going to be for you to, again, slow down and stop focusing only on what you don't have yet, right? On where you're headed, on where you're going, on the evolution and the growth, the growth that you know you're on the precipice of, and come into the gratitude for what you have right at this current moment. And also, this is really important, for what you've already accomplished. Okay, as you're going through this growth spurt, this like heart's like desire to expand and accelerate and evolve, we can support ourselves the most, mind, body, and soul, by tapping into the gratitude for everything that has brought you to this point and that is holding you up on this precipice of this next like explosion of evolution for you. Okay, gratitude. If you're watching live or on the replay, I'd love you to type in, it doesn't matter if you resonated the most with card number 1, but type in something you are grateful for in this moment, in this now. Light anchor it from the idea realm, the mental realm, into the physical by putting it onto the screen, okay? Now, let's talk about number 4 next. If you are somebody who is pulled by number 4, this is the prevalent frequency for you, and all of the other ones are supporting messages. They're all important, and they're all creating a unified field message, okay, where all of it works together. So clean, clear, and current is our water message for number 4. And this is the emotional realm, okay? This is where we are connected in with our feelings. And in order to grow, and in order to be able to access the field of gratitude, we have to have a clean, clear current running energetically through us. If we have a lot of emotions that are stuck like a swamp, unfelt, unacknowledged in our body, in our field, in our heart, first off, it's going to be stagnant and stinky, right? Do you want a swamp water of emotions inside of you? Or would you like to be like a river running through that clear, clean, and current? We have feelings that come, and we get to feel them as they move through us, and then they're gone, right? They float away and they don't have to stick to us. The only way they will stick to us is if we don't acknowledge them, if we don't feel them, and you do what I used to specialize in, which was stuffing them way down because they were inconvenient. So if your resonant frequency was number 4, and 4 was the number that you picked out, this is going to support you with everything else. Feel the feelings without attachment, without judgment. And I'm talking all the feelings, because some of you are thinking that I'm only talking about the heavier ones, the denser ones that you don't want to go into. Yes, feel the feels, feel the sadness, feel the anger, feel the sorrow, feel the joy as well. Feel the hope, feel the excitement of possibility, because they both exist within us. And humans are really good at not feeling the heavy feelings, but we're also very good at not fully feeling the good ones as well, because they feel like if we really let ourselves be joyful, if we let ourselves be hopeful, let ourselves be happy, it might not last. So what? Feelings are not supposed to last. They are supposed to run through us like this clear and clean current. So let yourself have all of them, a whole spectrum, okay? If number 4 was yours, this is going to support you with the unified field of everything else. If you are just tuning in live right now, there's going to be one number or maybe 2 that are like the primary messages, but the whole thing is going to come through as a unified field message for you. Now let's talk about number 5, because it really aligns with that clean and clear current. And then I'm going to talk about number 2, the communication realm. So desire. Desire from the spirit realm is one of the most powerful creative forces known to mankind. And it is incredibly powerful for creation and manifestation, because when we are manifesting from a space of desire instead of need, then we're able to have that expansion into the overflow, into the all of it, the possibility beyond simply necessity. Okay. I just went through an incredible masterclass series with Melanie Ann Layer, one of my mentors, called Seeds of Wealth. And she spoke of how if you are trying to manifest from a place of need, and you are just like 1 millimeter below what you need, you are in lack, right? And lack is not conducive to manifestation and growth, because then you're focusing on the frequency of lack. I don't have what I want. I don't have enough. I need more. Whereas if we can move into the energy of soul desires beyond just simple needs, but what we just want just because it's on our heart, because it's on our soul, because it would be fun, because it would feel good, those desires are what are going to bring us into our next level of evolution and expansion. Okay. And we are afraid to feel that desire because it feels dangerous. It can feel greedy. It can feel overwhelming. Desire is actually a soul like insight that's planted inside of your heart to share with you what it is that you are really here to do and what you're here to explore. So if the card number 5 resonated for you the most, I want you to lean into those desires and give yourself full permission to feel them. To feel them. And I want to pull a Lucifer Morningstar from the show Lucifer. Tom Ellis, first off, that is such a great show, and there's so many codes in it. If you haven't watched it, go watch that on Netflix. But Lucifer Morningstar, who is the devil in this, has this power where he can stare into people's eyes and ask them, what is it you truly desire? And it would always leave a clue. It would always leave a clue to solving a crime or figuring something out for them. And this is what desire actually does. Like I said, it leaves clues upon your heart about what is truly for you, what is important for you, and what is your next space of growth and expansion and evolution. So feel free to type into light ground from the ideal realm and from your heart into the physicality. Type in what it is that you desire. What's on your heart? Is it more peace, more health, more deep soul connection, more time, more income, more impact, more clients, whatever it is? If that desire is on your heart, it is holy, by the way. There is nothing wrong with any desires, as long as they're, from the purity of your soul and heart, and not like an ego desire to say harm somebody. I'm not talking about that kind of desire, but if you have that in you, it is for you to step into, and we are so often overwhelmed by that. But this is how we grow. This is how we can run this clean, clear current. It's to support that, to be able to tap into the desires. Because if you are stagnant and full of all of the old icky feelings that, or even the joyful ones that you have not felt, then you cannot really tap into your desires. So now, if number 2 was the card that really came through for you, your focus this weekend is for communication. And what I am really feeling for this group of people is it is less about communicating with others and more about communicating with your heart, with your soul desires, with your next level of growth and expression. Okay. So that number 2, if this is for you, I want to invite you to take time this weekend and go, what is it? Heart, what do you want me to know? And for some of you, it's actually not even the heart, but it's the body itself. What do I need to know right now? Start communicating with your body. Start asking your heart. You can do this in meditation. You can do this by journaling. You can do this by going into a flow state when you're dancing or doing yoga and just chatting, just asking, ask out loud or in your heart. What do I need to know? And then the next level and layer of that communication piece is going to be able to speak those heart desires that are fueling your growth in a clean and clear way and with gratitude out loud. And that is going to support us in being able to expand on all levels and all layers. So we are here to put all of this magic together. We require every element to create the wholeness of the package, right? Of our human experience. So that air with the communication, that was about the mental realm and the vibrational realm of air, right? Fire is about the action. Earth is about the physical body and also just like the tangible, as well as our systems, like our financial structures and things like that. Water was about our emotional realm, and spirit is that ineffable. And so when we put all of this together, you can see how it weaves a picture together of what we as a collective, everyone that has a soul resonance who's here right now watching this, all of you conscious creators, all of you light leaders who are here to lift up humanity and be the example of what it looks like to heal yourself first and then step up in a leadership role and offer those codes to the collective. You all are moving through this piece here, and your focus is going to be a little different because we all have different pieces of the puzzle. but every little bit is going to back up what your frequency was. So these elements working together in concert this weekend will support you in creating more abundance, creating and manifesting more of what is for you in alignment with your cosmic trajectory, with your soul's desires. Okay. So we're going to focus on using gratitude for what we have and what is to come by clearly communicating with our body and our heart what we truly desire. And in order to do that, we have to run that clear and clean current emotionally. And all of this is going to fuel our growth, our evolution, our expansion, our creation and manifestation, right? On the micro personal level and also on the macro global scale. So beautiful souls. If you enjoyed playing with these elemental forces of creation with me, let me share with you a couple ways that you can play with it more with me down the road. Now, first off, this is a beautiful deck that I have co-created with Nicole Rose, my beautiful inspiration coordinator and friend. That is a redesign of the Elemental Forces of Creation deck that I started working with 11 years ago with my mentor, Lisa Michaels. We will have them for sale at some time in the next quarter, I would say. And we will even have a how to read the elements course that you can do sometime this year, hopefully by Q3. And also, right now, the only people on earth who have access to them are my creation coaches, the ones in my certification program. And I teach them how to use them for their workshops, to facilitate, to give readings and all of that stuff. So you can, though, come and learn your own personal, unique manifestation and creation elemental template for your personal life, for your soul purpose expansion, and for your professional life if you come to my Elemental Prosperity Masterclass next week. So this is going to be an opportunity for us to take a snapshot of our own personal elemental message from each different realm: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, which is the physical, mental, emotional, action, and spiritual realms. And you're going to be able to get the code template for you for what you need right now to step into greater levels of abundance and prosperity in your life, right? As a leader, as a creator. This is very specifically a masterclass geared for coaches, healers, teachers, people who want to facilitate workshops and retreats, that sort of thing, because that's my area of expertise and what I can give you the codes for very specifically. But if it's on your heart to come and that doesn't feel like you or something that you want to be doing, you're still welcome. All right. There's going to be richness for every person. When I'm working with the elemental forces, it doesn't matter what your experience with them is. It doesn't matter what your niche is in business. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. The elements always have messages for us. They are part of the template that Gaia, the consciousness of the planet, has for creation. And they're part of the as above, so below, as within, so without mysteries. And you can communicate with them directly to get the wisdom that you need in every moment. Like I said, I've been working with them for 11 years now, and it literally just gets richer and richer because they will meet you where you're at. So if you're like, I would like more abundance, I would like more prosperity in my life, I would like to align more deeply with my soul purpose and bring more wealth and abundance and freedom and magic into my life, come to the masterclass. The link is going to be either above or below or wherever you're looking right now. If you're on YouTube, it'll be below. If you're on Facebook, I'm not sure. I think it might be above right now. This masterclass is going to be 4 days. It is completely free, and it is me sharing the stage with Gaia, consciousness of the planet, who I work with really closely, because she said she is wanting to bring through new activations, new downloads and codes for the way showers, for those that are here to be examples of what is possible and who are ready to move out of the scarcity, separation template and into the one of abundance and flow and the reciprocity of nature. Okay. She wants to literally work with you directly and have your back as you're stepping into this new expansion. So I can't wait to connect in that way. It's going to be absolutely amazing. If you feel like you know someone who would also benefit from this work, please share the link with them, because I don't know everyone. And I just have been asked by the earth herself to share these codes as far and wide as I can. And it's going to be magical. I don't use that word lightly. I mean, I use it a lot because I find magic in everything. But when I tap into what we're going to do next weekend, the vibes, oh my gosh, they're so, so, so good. So feel into that yourself. Feel if it's for you. You can register, and then we'll open up the group the day before it starts. You'll be able to start working with your elemental template. I think I said, well, I'll open it day of, but I'll give us a day to play before we start. If you can't make it live to something, there are going to be replays available, so you don't have to worry about that. And I absolutely cannot wait to share more of the elemental wisdom with you. It's really full circle for me because, again, that's where I started about 11 years ago, learning how to use them in sacred and conscious dance. And I've woven them into everything that I do. And this is what we need right now. We need to make sure that we are in balance, that we are in harmony with all parts of ourselves, and that we realign with nature, okay? Instead of like going at our own pace and fighting what's happening in the world around us, you know, trying to like plant our garden in January and going like, why is nothing growing? When you live up here where I do, that would be a problem. I mean, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, January might be a fine time to plant. I'm just using my experience, right? This happens so often when we're trying to manifest and create abundance and we don't understand the organic timings. We don't understand how that works on this planet. Then we're going to be fighting with it and our stuff's not going to grow. We're going to go, why did my seeds not grow? Why is this not working? I guess I'm not cut out for abundance and wealth and the business that I want. And what happened was you just planted them at the wrong time, or you forgot to let them sprout, or you didn't water them enough, right? So many of us come from realms where you could create and manifest with thought only. And then we get here and we expect it to happen at the same way at the soul level, because our soul remembers just being able to like think and think, there it is. Tell me in the comments if you remember that instant gratification that comes from being, you know, like disincarnate and like not in the physical realms on those mental and causal layers and dimensions. Yeah, a lot of people who are here to be the leaders, the way showers, forget that they are in a physical place and it takes time and resources to create in the physical, and they get frustrated, right? Yeah, Shannon's saying got to get rid of that old mentality of instant gratification. Yes. And Jennifer's also asking, the link is on here. You know what? I had it above the live on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the notes. And if you can't get it right now while we're live, I've posted it a few times, and just ask me for the link if you can't find it. So we are going to work with the earth herself to give us what we need when we need it, okay? But not on our own timing, in the organic timing that is required for us to work with here. And we need to have the emotional realm working, right? With that card number 4, with the clean, clear emotional current to be able to manifest and create. I'm just going to do a bit of a review here if you just popped on live with me. If you had picked card number 4 about growth, right? We can't grow things all of the time. Sometimes our fields need to be fallow. Sometimes they need to rest. Sometimes we need to integrate. So thinking also that we need to be constantly growing and constantly doing all of the things, that'll also mess you up, right? There is a time for integration and a time for growth. For people who picked card number 3, though, this growth card, you are ready to grow, and you're going to support yourself by slowing down. As we said, with some breaths, getting into the body, getting into alignment, body, mind, and soul. So the growth can be a little bit more full of ease, but remember, it's going to be messy. That's okay. That's what growth looks like. The growth is in the direction, for those who picked card number 5, but for everybody also, in the direction of our desires, right? The soul level desires. For card number 5. What is on your heart? Keep asking that if that's the card that you picked. And we can start to communicate our soul level desires and communicate with our heart and mind and throat, get them all talking with this communication for card number 2, if that was the one that you picked, if you're just hopping on live. Communication with self first. This is what this means for us this weekend. Talk to yourself, talk to your heart, talk to your body, talk to your soul. What is it I truly desire? What is for me? What is my next step for my growth and evolution? What's in my highest and best good? And finally, we're going to anchor all of this in with the energy of gratitude. If you resonated with card number 1 today, gratitude for where you have gone, what you have done, what you currently have, what is around you, so that you are not focused only on the growth, only on where you're going, only on what you lack, okay? And let me just share that gratitude is the magic spice, the seasoning of perfection when it comes to creating anything in your life. If you are not grateful for what you have already, you are not going to be given more. Okay, like this is just how it works. If you are not grateful for everything that has brought you to this space, it's going to be challenging for you to be grateful for what's coming at you, right? So the lens of gratitude allows you to have more resilience. It allows you to move through the messy parts of growth with the understanding that the things that are coming at you are happening for you to learn and grow, okay? Not to you. Everything is this beautiful opportunity. And there is a particular field, a vibrational frequency where gratitude resides. And people are really good at dipping their toes up into this field, like maybe like tickling it and pulling a little down when they remember on Thanksgiving or when they're about to eat. And also, if you make gratitude an intentional practice that is actually constant in every moment, you will start to raise your vibrational frequency to a space where there's actually only things to be grateful for. Because even the challenges, even the things that are hard are bringing you more of what is for you in terms of the lessons, in terms of what you need to be able to handle the growth that is for you, right? That is all bringing you more and more towards your heart's desires, right? Your soul desires as we go, because our soul came here to play, but also to grow. Stagnancy, like just like doing nothing, no growth, is really the beginning of decay. And humanity is in a growth phase right now, right? And we have to remember, it is not easy. It is not linear. It is not going to look good. It's very much like birth. It's messy, but it is so profoundly exciting to be alive at this time where there is huge opportunities for all of humanity to take their power back, start talking about what's actually on their heart and what they truly desire, which has started to happen, regardless of everything else that's going on. People are at least starting to speak what they want out loud and going, what can we do to make this happen, right? And that's good news. As we grow into that, there's going to be growing pains. So the more people that we can have on board being way showers, holding in their field the example of what is possible when they do their own healing work and when they are able to live in that state of gratitude for the lessons the better. And by the way, gratitude too. All of these things, gratitude, growth, desire, the communication, and the clean, clear, and current feelings instead of the stagnant ones. All of this is going to help us be able to be in this aligned state of wholeness so that we can access all of our tools, our logic, which is important. Not everybody can do that. A lot of people are in fight and flight right now. Their shields are up and they cannot access their logic. Have you witnessed some of this lately? Yeah. People are not going to be able to access their tools like creativity, like going, we have a problem. What is the best solution for the highest good of all? When people are in fight and flight, when they are scared, when they're out of alignment, they can't access that problem-solving creativity. When people are out of alignment, they cannot find their intuition, right? They can't hear it because all they hear is danger, danger. I am afraid, right? My survival is at stake. And this is one of the things that's really prevalent in the world right now. So I'm inviting all of us to slow down and listen to all that we heard today. Listen to our heart, get into alignment, slow it down so that we can have access to all of that higher level thinking, all of the logic, all of the problem solving, all of the creativity, all of our tools, all of our intuition, so that we can start to grow in the direction of solving these problems, because we're very capable. I believe in humanity. I believe in you. You are here to make a huge difference, right? So please, if you feel this resonance to learning more about how to come into wholeness so that you can create more abundance in your life and then let it ripple out into the planet, join me in that masterclass, Elemental Prosperity, starting next week. It has been so divine to connect with all of you today. I am really, really happy that I was able to share this reading with you. It won't be the last time. I won't do it next week though, because I'll be inside the Elemental Prosperity Masterclass, dropping all of those amazing codes for our wholeness and evolution. So join me there, and I will see you next time. This is number 27 of the 365 live challenge that I'm doing. I'll just drop this one last thing. If there's anything that you have questions about, that you want to hear me jam about, that might be in my realm of experience or expertise, let me know. I am super open to taking requests to speak into over this next year. I love you. Have a beautiful weekend, and let me know how it goes.